going on, everyone? In this video series, I'll be sharing my rock climbing journey, detailing my goals for each week, along with everything that I've learned along the way, so that hopefully if you're interested in rock climbing, your journey can be a little more straightforward than mine. So to give some context, I'm on a 12-week journey to really learn as much as I can about rock climbing, get all the foundational skills, improve my strength. And so for week one, my main goal was really just immersion. I wanted to join a local rock climbing gym, get some basic gear, just familiarize myself with that environment. So that's what I did. I joined Movement Gym and spent a ton of time in the bouldering area, looked around the sport climbing area, and then tried out some of the kind of accessory areas like the campus board. And so there's really three main things that I learned in week one, which are the basic equipment needed, the hold types, and the grading system. So for the equipment, you're definitely going to want a good pair of climbing shoes. Not only are they recommended, but oftentimes they're required in gyms because they don't want dirt from the outside world to get in. So run $100, $150 a lot of times, and but they're well worth it. You really shouldn't have to replace them often. I'm not wild about these. As you can see, they kind of broken apart a little bit, but there are a lot of good manufacturers and shoe types out there based on what you want to do, right? Whether it's more bouldering, more sport climbing, more indoor, more outdoor. So try to find something that's kind of more suited towards what you want to do most and that feels really comfortable. Now, you're also going to want a chalk bag and some chalk. So climbers use this all the time at the beginning of their session as well as throughout the session to get the best hold and traction on the hands. So you're definitely going to want a nice chalk bag that you like, along with some chalk reserves to fill it up whenever you need. And then let's also talk about cuts on the hands. So if you're a new climber, it's very likely you'll get cuts if you climb a decent amount, and those can be kind of frustrating, take you out of climbing for a little bit. So to help yourself recover faster and to prevent them from getting worse, I recommend getting a little roll of athletic tape and keeping that in your bag, and also some sort of rejuvenating solution, right? I have working hands. You can pick this up at most stores, but it really helps to recover the hands in case you get a cut. Now, then also you can put that in a little drawstring bag too. It's nice to have something light to store everything in. So that was lesson number one for basic equipment. That's really all you need for indoor bouldering. Obviously for sport climbing, get harness. Outdoor climbing, you're talking bouldering pads, quick draws, rope, all that stuff too. But to get started, chalk bag, shoes, and maybe some things to make sure your hands don't get cut up too much. So let's talk about lesson two, which are the handholds. So in climbing, there are a few different handholds. There's jugs, there's crimps, which are just kind of little finger holds. Jugs are more big, easy to hold handles. Then we also have pockets, which you can only get like a finger or two and have to support yourself like that. Slopers, which are big surface area holds that you want to just maximize your own hand surface area on and try to hold that way. Then there's also kind of positional ones, which are like underclings, which are jugs from the bottom that you hold on to. Side pulls, a lot of times crimps or jugs from the side that you're leaning your body against. But getting familiar with those is, I think, something very important for people brand new to rock climbing. So then let's talk about the third thing, which is the grading system. So rock climbing, at least bouldering, is graded on a V scale. So it starts from V0 to around V11, V12 I've seen in a gym, up to about V17 outside. And if you're like me or most new climbers, are going to be pretty close to V0 starting out. So I could do maybe a couple of V2s, but nothing too extensive right off the bat. But it's a nice grading system because over time you can track your own progress. You can see how much of a better climber you are, as well as analyze kind of the difficulty of a route based on that grade. So it's a very helpful grading system, and it's definitely something you want to get familiar with as a new climber. So yeah, those are the three things that I learned this week: equipment, hold types and grades. So stay tuned for next week, where I'll be sharing my insights from top roping, which is, the traditional kind of wall climbing that you see a lot of people do inside the gym. So thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed.